Welcome to this Windows and Computer channel. And, we got a number today. And it's been about a year since we had the last one. So Windows 10, of course, was released in 2015. And when it was released, Microsoft was expecting to have 1 billion Windows 10 users by 2018. And it didn't arrive in 2018 because one of the things that probably they were counting on is that in 2015 we had Windows Phone that existed, which was part of the Windows 10 ecosystem. And they were thinking that all of that together is going to be, eventually a billion 3 years later. Now, the phone business didn't work out, and so they had to write that off. And it took longer than expected for Windows 10 to actually reach a billion. Windows 10 did reach a billion, but it reached a billion in 2020. It took, 5 years instead of 3 to finally be at a place where they wanted Windows 10 to be, which is a billion devices. Well, today Microsoft has announced that we are at 1.3 billion devices around the world. The majority of them are PCs, of course, and there's a part of it that is also, Xbox and so on, but really the majority is PCs. And one of the reasons also why it actually grew a little faster than probably predicted for the last year is that the PC market has actually grown quite a lot last year. People working from home made, people realized that they needed to have a better computer. So PC sales went up quite a lot and almost reached actually the peak of when we had the best PC sales quite a few years ago. So all of that together makes Windows 10 1.3 billion users. Now that's interesting also because a lot of people are skeptical and saying, well, these numbers are made up, or they're not, and they're actually much more accurate than before. So when Windows 7, for example, existed as a Windows official Windows version, the numbers of Windows 7 computers were not actual machines. They were license sold. And when you sell a license, it doesn't mean that you sold a PC. It's just a license that maybe not will be used for a Windows computer. In Windows 10, they changed that. They actually have changed the number to number of machines that they can actually see registered and sending telemetry every month and every year. So that number is very accurate because it tells you that there is actually 1.3 billion Windows 10 devices out there. And it's much more accurate than what Windows 7 ever was, because back then, number of licenses versus number of real machines running Windows was a very different thing. So congratulations on Microsoft being able to have 1.3 billion Windows 10 machines. That's a lot of Windows 10 computers. When I say we got to be careful when we say that, there's tons of trouble in Windows. Well, imagine if just, 0.1% of all of these people complain of a problem. You're going to say, well, that's small. That's really a small number. Yeah, but those are the ones you're going to hear in the forums and everywhere complaining. And that accounts for millions and millions of people. So it gives sometimes the impression of a huge problem. But the problem is it's actually a small problem. But the number of people complaining make it seem like it's bigger than it is in reality. And, you don't hear the people that have no problems, talking about it. They're quiet. They have no problems. And that's the big majority of everybody. So, we got to be careful about perception versus reality. If you enjoy our videos, please subscribe, give us thumbs up. Thank you for watching.